It's okay, poor little larynx. Yeah! I have reacted to and broken down a few MTV Unplugged performances now, so I'm really excited to be jumping onto this one. And this is a voice that I must admit I'm not very familiar with. This is Eddie Vedder with Pearl Jam. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jennifer Glatzhofer, but you can call me Jen. I am a singer and a voice teacher. And yes, I'll be watching the MTV Unplugged performance of Black by Pearl Jam, a group formed in the 90s around the grunge rock era, and I'm excited to jump into this performance and Eddie Vedder's vocals. As always, this is a reaction and an analysis video, so I will be stopping and talking about the music and the vocals. That's what I like to do over here. If you'd rather watch the full video uninterrupted, I have left the link to the original video in the description below. If you do enjoy my content over here and find yourself enjoying this video, then do go and check me out over on Patreon. Again, the link can be found in the description below. There are lots of other links down in the description below, like my merch site. Grab yourself something cute, something cheeky, and of course the link to my GoFundMe page. We are at the stage where we have professionally got the album mixed and mastered, and it's all about promotion now. I cannot wait for you guys to hear it. It's going to be so soon. But anyway, hit that subscribe button and the bell button, and let's get to Black by Pearl Jam. What an interesting voice. I never know, especially with a group that I am unfamiliar with. I may have listened to a song and not realized it was a song like by Pearl Jam, so it's just not a group that I'm very familiar with. So really interesting. I love the kind of shape that we're hearing within his voice. I have got the lyrics up, so I'm gonna have the lyrics aside because sheets of empty canvas, untouched sheets of clay, laid spread out before me as her body once did. Okay. There's almost like a crumpled, like, effect with the tongue, just really kind of shaping this. There's a kind of drone level to Eddie Vedder's voice as well. It's very continuous. He doesn't break up the words. It's quite, yes, that's flowing, but also the words tumble into one another. It's very exaggerated, leaning into the next word. But what I particularly love about this is the beginning vocalization. It's kind of like, and then we do get a reposition of the mic and his body, which is just very free and very connected up at the top. Like it's a high chest sound. As he descended this. I love that as well. And she's like a really falsetto. There's a lot of breath in that thin quality up there. Really just contrasting from where we are just at the beginning, which is really nice. It's already a nice melodic line. So that's that laid spread out. Okay, so interestingly, we do hear a lot of that kind of like the tongue kind of creating this crumpled up feeling on a word that we do use the tongue quite predominantly, laid, right? Like the first letter is the letter L, which really uses our tongue. Lay, and it kind of stays in this pulled back position. Laid out, spread, and then spread as well, where we kind of really use the tongue on the letter R. Lay spread out before me I love how that went. I just want to talk about the same moment. Was a little bit more, still thin, but a little bit more connected in this second time around. There is a lovely level of twang in his voice as well. It's not a loud sound that he's producing, but he's getting quite a lot of the volume from the twang that he is including. Twang can be a helpful tool to get us a little bit brighter, to get us a little bit more bright and on top and in front of all the instruments that's playing behind, so our voice doesn't get lost. So even though he's actually quite quiet, this twang is just ensuring that he is in front. Yes, he's up close to the mic as well, but all of these twang, a little bit of nasal quality when he's hovering onto these sounds. Obviously that's going to close the passage through our mouth, so it does become a lot nasalized. But yeah, really, I love how he's just staying in this pocket.
Oh, five horizons, we both to the sun, yeah, now the air I tasted and breathed is taking a turn. And all I thought her was everything.
Yeah, it's interesting. He's actually like opening his mouth up quite a lot here, but we're still getting kind of the place, I feel like, soft palate wise. So we can move our soft palate. We've got the hard palate, which is just directly behind the front teeth, the ceiling. And then if we travel back a little bit more, we've got the soft palate, which we can actually move, or the velum. And this controls whether we're singing from a nasalized quality, if it's lowered, or if it's lifted. Now we've got a nice open space in the mouth, and we have the best use of our voice. It's the most open space. We can get very loud. Whereas if the soft palate or velum is lowered, then obviously a lot of the breath waves, a lot of the sound is coming through our nose as well, which is obviously a smaller space. Interestingly, even though we're opening, I think we're actually in a lowered soft palate position, making the tunnel, the space that we're actually creating the sound in, kind of at the back, coming through our nose as well. So we're kind of limited to how loud we can go, but because of also the twang present, we're kind of toying between the two. Twang and nasality are two different things, even though they might sound quite similar. So it's kind of hovering in the same, dynamically, we're staying in the same sort of volume. So it'll be interesting as we progress to see if that changes, if we do get a little bit more open. So even though we're kind of opening our mouth, it's kept in this same area of his mouth with the soft palate lowered a little bit in that little pocket.
And all I thought her was everything. How quick the sun can drop away.
I'm really enjoying his delivery of this as well. I want to look at the lyric just quickly. Everything. So, and now my bitter hands cradle broken glass of what was everything. All the pictures that... my eyes. All the pictures had all been washed in black, tattooed everything. Wow. This is written really... I'm really loving the imagery, first of all. The delivery towards the end, even though we stayed in that pocket, we became very spoken-like towards the end. You know, it was very, we're not holding on to the notes, we're kind of bringing it back down to this a little bit lower, bit more where one would normally speak. I just want to quickly talk about his vowel choices as well. They're very, yes, we do get moments of big, but they're very bright vowels. Everything, it's placed in an area where we are leaning towards a bit more of a brighter color with his tone. What's interesting as well that I just want to note is that he is holding onto a straight tone, and then as he dips and changes notes and creates a little bit of a decoration, that's when he includes a little bit more of vibrato.
How quick the sun can drop away.
love how he holds on to that.
Great old broken glass of what was everything. Oh, the bleachers sad. Oh, the walls of red. Tattooed everything.
I love how he says that.
I take a walk outside. I'm surrounded by some kids at play.
Okay, whoa, sorry, this is so different to the first verse. You can hear how he has shifted that sound from this kind of mumbly back kind of placement, lowered soft palette. Now we're kind of really opening and utilizing this open space. There's a little bit of grit coming through as well, which is great. We've got such clarity within his vocal folds, and he's purposely putting these thinner qualities, head voice, whenever he wants to showcase that feeling of that note, of that word. Okay, so this is like on that I think at the top, which is a bit more like of a vocalization. But yeah, I love how his whole body changes as well. He's really leaning on the mic. Before it was a bit more grippy, kind of intimate. Now it's a little bit more relaxed, open, a lot more roughness to it.
I'm surrounded by some kids at play. I can feel their laughter. So why do I see and twisting thoughts that spin round my head?
So sorry, it's just so interesting how it's completely changed from the beginning. We're still getting that lovely twang, but it's a lot more of an open sound. So rather than placing it in this small place and relying on the twang to be the volume, the twang is still here just to brighten that tool, but actually now we're just getting dynamically louder. There's a lot more of a full, thick, chest connected quality in his delivery now. I really love the rest of the band as well. I feel like it's a very connected, freeing performance. He's just very well obviously it's their song. It's very mesmerizing.
Do I see and twisting thoughts that spin round my head?
There's a lot more.
I'm spinning. Oh, I'm spinning. How quick the sun can drop away. And now my bitter hand.
I love how that changes into the chorus. In my bitter hand. I love how that is held onto then the chorus, which is really cool. But yeah, throughout this whole, even though we're still getting, what is that word just before? Away. Okay, yeah, it is away. He's actually choosing to be quite a small vowel here as he holds onto it straight tone. Then has that waver effect with that slight vibrato that comes in. But the lines just before the I'm surrounded by some kids at play, I walk outside, I think as well. Everything's very There's no change into the diphthong. He also says it on twisting thoughts that spin around in my head. Yeah, everything's very open. He doesn't go through to the diphthong. So again, just holding on to that. The more open we are and the more we stay on that open vowel, the more we're going to remain in that same quality. Yes, of course, we can change different qualities on a note. Round my head. He changes the quality on head and my, but otherwise that's just, he's remaining more open to stay in this quality that he is now in this verse.
Thoughts that spin round my head. I'm spinning. Oh, I'm spinning. How quick the sun can drop away. And now my bitter hand, great old broken glass of what was everything.
Okay, wait, before we get to the second half, wow, I'm so enjoying his delivery, and he's now just got his arms crossed. He's still sat down, having such a presence with his voice, and he's also playing with dynamics here a little bit more. He's actually bringing it back. You know, normally we know a chorus to be big, loud, in your face. He's actually coming down on those like second and fourth lines, bringing it back in. It draws us in. We're obviously on the edge of our seat listening, but he's just got such a relaxed way of singing with such a beautiful tone. I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, the picture's sad. Open walls and black. Tattooed everything. Oh, the love gone bad. Turned my world to black. Tattooed all I see. All that I am. All I'll be.
Also, real cool. We've got some backing vocals there, and the on the ooze, lightly providing a little bit more a layering to the overall sound. Really interesting there. It feels like that waver to his voice, the added vibrato that he's including here. It was on the word be, yeah, and all I'll be. It feels like he's actually increasing the tension for the delivery of the story, the emotion side of the story, which is really interesting, because then what we're getting is like kind of a painful, not painful to him, but like, again, emotion wise, a painful cry to that. So it's really effective in that way.
All that I am, all I'll be.
And then what that does as well is that because he is crescendoing, so he's growing louder in volume as he's doing that, and then kind of releases that on this scream, on this, it's a little bit more of it's an open vowel kind of gritty, rough sound. So this tension that he's kind of creating in him is rewarded by that release then straight after. So it feels really connected to his emotion and the drive and delivery that he's given himself, like, you know, while performing this song. So that's really, really helpful. Really, really, it's just so connected to how he's performing this. I love earlier, I think we had a slight cry onto the word world. Was that something? Yeah, turn my world to black. Turn my There was a slight, I'm exaggerating a little bit, wasn't that obvious? But slight, when we do include those moments of a kind of a little cry, it just ensures that we're keeping nice resisted within the vocal folds and keeping supported. So it's a nice tool to have.
All that I am, all I'll be.
Yep, that release. Wow. Oh, he's breaking all of these. Waha, buddy. Like, what was the other word? Maha. Like, yeah, he's just breaking. He's not keeping them connected. So it has this sense of brokenness as we're listening to it. But also, again, for him singing, Maha, that is like, it's not purposely put there to feel engaged, but it's giving us another bit of a engagement from our core. But overall, delivery-wise, it just has this broken, devastating feel. I love that he joins in that.
I know someday you'll have a beautiful life. I know you'll be a star in somebody else's sky. But why can it be? Or can it
gosh. Okay, right. Yeah. So I saw the wrong vowel and said mine way too early. But why, sky, and there was another word, all broken. These why, these repeated whys. Obviously, it's increasing until we get to this moment where he is really. There's a lot of distortion and just false vocal fold action, that kind of crackle. Distortion grit happening right at the very top as he's releasing a scream. The question why is always such a sad question. So that is just emotional listening to it. But then when we get to the word mine, we can hear this darker quality actually. So I've been talking about how much twang is present, how much of he is going towards a brighter vowel throughout this performance to get this brighter in front feeling, this ping in his voice. As soon as we get to this mine, which is a longer note, he is actually creating quite a dark space for him, which is a tone that we haven't heard in this. So let's just listen to the difference between the Ys and the mines. So he sets off, can it be? So wah, it's very spread, very thick fold, very chest dominant. We're still chest dominant on the mine, but can it be? We kind of get a little bit of it's like a lowered larynx. As soon as we, our larynx isn't stuck in one space, we can move it. If it gets trapped in a space that it's not normally in, that's when it starts feeling a little bit overworked, a little bit tired, and we just need to kind of, it's okay, poor little larynx. But if we just lower it a little bit, it's not going to lower the pitch, change the note, get lower, but we're going to get an overall darker, lower feel when we do that. When we yawn, the larynx goes down. When we swallow, the larynx goes up. So equally, when we lift that larynx, we're going to get it a little bit brighter and cartoon-like. It's very weird. It's also very cool. It has this relaxed feel, but it's like he's exaggerating that dark feel. It brings it kind of takes us out from this bright mode and brings us really low and dark. So let's just go back to this part. Actually, both of these, can it be? The next one, they're actually the same note. Just one is, can it be, in a neutral larynx position. Can it be? Then it becomes really low and sob quality. I love that. And then that change and that scream. Gosh, all of these vocalizations are so tense, the rocking on the chair. His whole body is very much committed. When we're doing that, we're actually engaging on core, but it's also, I think it's an involuntary move. I think that's what I'm trying to say. That's the word I'm looking for. It's just someone really connected with the delivery and just kind of not just feeling it. What we're also noticing on this, when we're these rock belts with that distortion, we're getting a bit of a pinch of the nose, which also it helps us get brighter, helps that twang be a little bit more present as well. But it's also a nice visualization. It's like we're placing that, not that we're placing the note somewhere, obviously it's all happening from the same spot, but it's kind of like this nice, I want it right forward and present, so we're lifting that sound up. Gosh, that whole build. Sorry, I just want to listen to that little part. let's listen again. That whole build, like throughout the whole song, it's like he has been in control of his own voice, going through the different stages of each verse, changing things ever so slightly, introducing a little bit more of distortion sound and that emotional cry, so that we get to the end of the performance and he's just uncontrollably pouring out his heart for the audience to hear. But it's kind of like he's in his own world, just feeling the music, feeling what he wants to share. And yeah, all these ad libs, I feel like they're so free and just so, we're hearing kind of like little breaks in his voice as well, so the vocal folds are connected, then they just become disconnected. That it's like he's speaking from the heart. He's not really it's not like he's planning, right, I'm going to keep connected and then go. He's just letting it be. Whatever comes out, comes out. It's so moving. It's so... We belong together. But then so controlled at the very end. Wow. That was so cool. Okay, I want to watch more. I definitely want to watch more. Okay, though, seriously, I want to watch more. Where do I go now? Because we witnessed something great just then. 1992, I think this performance came out. Wow. Well, thank you very much for watching this reaction and analysis video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this proper full introduction to Pearl Jam and Eddie Vedder's voice. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, let me know where you want me to go next with them, and make sure you go and check me out over on Patreon as well. But do hit that subscribe button, the bell button and thumbs up button, and I will see you very soon for another video. Bye.